Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 2009-10 Stanley Cup Final on the channel. Game 3 of the replay, Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final, takes us to the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, where the San Jose Sharks are visiting the New Jersey Devils, as Philip Reynolds is first to join us here at the Prudential Center. And believe me, he's not the only one hoping for a Sharks win tonight. Everybody on that side of the arena tonight is hoping for a Sharks win tonight. And this is a must-win game for San Jose tonight because the Sharks are trailing in this series to the Devils 2-0 in the series. If the Sharks win tonight, we will be guaranteed at least a Game 5. If the Devils win tonight, the Stanley Cup will be in the building tomorrow night, as Dave's Board Gaming now joins us here at the Prudential Center. In case you missed the intro, Dave, the Devils are currently leading the series 2-0. And I rescheduled my Terra Mystica video that I was going to do last night I'm going to do that early in the off season, because this way, by rescheduling Terra Mystica and going to Game 2 last night, I make sure I'm going to finish this replay in time for Pinot with Phoenix at the end of the month. So, we've got a sellout crowd here at the Prudential Center. It'd help if I turn my backlight on. There we are. Looks like everything's all good there. So, we've got a sellout crowd. It is a sea of red here at the Prudential Center tonight. So, let's get down to the ice and start this game up. Faceoffs are +1 to San Jose, but the Devils have been playing an absolutely suffocating defensive game. That is a 1. That'll go up to Murray for San Jose. And Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final starts now. Murray will lose that over to Green. Green for New Jersey. Opponent defense 5. Murray will take the puck away for an outside shot. Murray will try to make a pass. He will lose the puck back to Zajac. Zajac for the Devils. Inside shot for anybody. They'll give that to Langenbrunner, the hero of Game 1. Marleau will try to intimidate. Marleau will take the puck away. Marleau with it for San Jose. Lose the puck, possible breakaway. Uh-oh. Right D, if the breakaway penetration rating 3 or more. Green's a 2. Murray will have that for San Jose. Losing the puck, outside shot only for Salvador. Salvador will zip down the ice, throw that at the net. That's a 9. He will lose that over to Heatley. Heatley getting a block in for San Jose. Losing the puck over to Langenbrunner. Langenbrunner will step in to hold that in at the point. That's a 7. Save made by Nabokov over to Thornton. Thornton for San Jose. Opponent defense 1. Zajac will take the puck away for an inside shot. Marleau will try to intimidate. Marleau will take the puck away. Marleau with it for San Jose. Inside shot for anybody. He will give that to Heatley. Parise will try to intimidate. Parise will take the puck away. Parise for New Jersey. Stepping in to hold that in at the point is Murray. He will throw a shot at the net. That's a 6. He will lose that over to Green. Green for New Jersey. Stepping in to hold that in is Thornton. He'll have an outside shot from the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defensive right D if defense rating 3 or more. Green's a 4. He'll have that. And we'll have a forwards line change. Where's the clock? What do you mean, where's the clock, Philip? The action timer actually acts as the clock for the game. That's kind of a... Whenever I mention the clock, it's kind of a narrative detail that I tend to use, just to kind of envision theater of the mind, tension of the moment. Green with it now for New Jersey. Opponent defense 10. Murray, that's going to be a penalty on Murray. He's going off for roughing. We'll have our first power play of the game. That's a 20 if all 4 rated defensive players, which we do not have. That'll be a no-shots power play, and we'll bring that face-off outside the San Jose zone. Arena groans. Ugh. Face-offs right now are +2 to San Jose. That's a 13. That'll be superior any player. They'll give that to Boyle, and we're off and running once again. Opponent defense 9. Salvador will zip down the ice through an outside shot. That's a 7. He'll lose that over to Pavelski, and we'll have a defenseman line change. Pavelski with it for San Jose. Opponent defense 10. Zubris, that's going to be a penalty on Zubris. He'll go off for elbowing. And then San Jose will get their first power play with an 18. If 2 or more 4-rated defensive players, which are the defensemen for the Devils, That'll start off being an outside shot for Pavelski from the point. 7 will be a save by Brodeur. Then we'll have an outside shot for Vlasic as the puck gets worked back to the point. That's a snake eyes. He'll lose that to the left defenseman. And finally, that'll be an inside shot for Vlasic as he'll work that down to the slot. That's a 7. He'll lose that over to Kovalchuk, and that'll get cleared out, and we'll have that face-off just outside the Devils' zone. Arena cheers. Yay! Face-offs once again, +2 to San Jose. That's a 5. That'll be superior left defenseman. That's up to Vlasic, and we're off once again. Opponent defense 7. Mateau will take the puck away for an outside shot. Mateau zipping down the ice, throwing it at the net. 7. He will lose that over to Cloh, and we'll have a forwards line change. Definitely a tentative start by both teams. Neither one wants to make the mistake. Inside shot for any player. They'll get that to Blake. White will try to intimidate. White will intimidate. He'll take the puck away for New Jersey. White for the Devils. Opponent defense 11. That's a penalty on Blake. Tripping is the call. And the power play is a 13. If one or more 4-rated defensive players, which we do have. So that'll be an outside shot for Rolston. Rolston at the point. That's a 6. That'll be a save. Then we have an outside shot for Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer, as the puck gets worked back to the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offense, any player. They'll give that to Clarkson for a rebound shot. 10 is a save made on the rebound. Then we'll have an outside shot for anybody. They'll give that to Rolston for an outside shot. That's a 3. Because the Devils are on the power play, this is a 1-2 goal check. And no, Nabokov makes a great save. He'll keep that one out of the net for the Sharks. Then we'll have an inside shot for Clarkson, as Clarkson will work that one down low. That's a 9. That'll be a save. And the last shot of the power play, inside shot for anybody. They'll give that to Niedermeyer for an inside shot. Niedermeyer lets it loose. That's a 10. That'll be a save. And the Sharks hold on. We'll take that to the right of Nabokov. Arena groans. Ugh. +2 to San Jose for faceoffs. That's a 2. That'll come over to Blake. And the Sharks have it. We're off and running once again. Passing D. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot for Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer will try to make a pass. He will lose the puck. Ortmeyer will have that for San Jose. Ortmeyer. Rolston will step in. Hold that in at the point for an outside shot only. That's a 2. On a 1-6, this is a goal. And no! Nabokov makes a great save. He'll hold on. We'll take that to the left of Nabokov. Faceoffs are +2 to San Jose. That's a 14. Inferior any player. They'll give that to White. And time ticking down here in the first period. Opponent actually lose that over to Blake. Blake for San Jose. Opponent defense 4. White will take the puck away for an inside shot. Vlasic will try to intimidate. Vlasic will intimidate, take the puck away, but a possible penalty on Vlasic. 1-15, no penalty. That's a 4. Time ticking down here in the first period. Vlasic's got it. Passing D. That'll be an outside shot for Ortmeyer. Ortmeyer, with time ticking down, he'll throw that at the net. That's a 5. Goalie rating on Brodeur. 7 and 8 are bad numbers for Brodeur. That's a 9. Save made by Brodeur. There's the horn to end the first period. Exciting action here at the Prudential Center, but we are at goose eggs as we head into the second period of this game. Bummer, says Philip. Sharks fan in chat. Of course, happy to have both of you guys around. San Jose wins. They guarantee fast-paced first period. Yes, indeed. Once again, San Jose wins. They guarantee Game 5 on Saturday. New Jersey wins. The Stanley Cup, New Jersey wins tonight. The Stanley Cup will be in the building tomorrow night to be won by the Devils. We'll let the Zamboni get things ready for the second period of this game. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little bit of Thursday night hockey here on the channel. We'll be having a lot of hockey this weekend. As I'm looking to finish the replay, as I said, I will be finishing the replay before Pino with Phoenix on Tuesday next week. Can't believe it's already the end of another month. Before we know it, it'll be the advent of the Phoenix once again in December. For those of you who are new to the channel, the advent of the Phoenix is my yearly December content explosion, where I take most of December off and I make a lot of videos on the channel. Highlighted by my yearly Christmas tradition of Christmas in Arkham, which I'll explain more of that. I'll have a detailed intro for that in November when we get a little closer to Thanksgiving. But we also have we do spend quite a bit of time as well in the Cthulhu mythos, especially the Arkham Horror Files in December. And in case you guys weren't around last night, we do have another Advent calendar that we will be cracking on the calendar during Advent of the Phoenix, because of course, during Advent of the Phoenix, you have to have an Advent calendar. That one looks to be a dice box. I didn't want another dice calendar for this year after I cracked a dice calendar last year, but given the options that I had, I figured a dice calendar a dice box of an Advent calendar would probably be my safest bet. Thanks for the channel info for those new to the channel. Always glad to provide clarifications where I can, Dave, and I'll give you a heads up as well in case you watched. Actually, I don't know if, Philip, you're familiar with this, but I'll let you guys in on a little secret of a segment that I do during Pino with Phoenix called Ask Me Anything. So, in case you're watching some of these videos after the fact, and this goes for anybody who's watching these videos later, if you want to ask me a question that might be either related to the channel or not necessarily, the way you ask these questions is you'll leave a comment on the video with an AMA tag and whatever your question is. And as long as it's not too personal, I will answer it during the AMA segment during Pino with Phoenix. Now, the follow-up question is, okay, Phoenix Knight, what do you consider as being too personal? I don't necessarily have a hard and fast guideline, per se, in terms of what I'll answer. The one guideline that I will give to people on the AMA questions is if you don't want it asked of you, don't ask it of me. And I do reserve the right to shut down any questions that I think are too personal. So I freely admit that it is completely my judgment of what questions I answer during Pino with Phoenix. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just going to take a quick drink. Another comment on Facebook of Go Sharks. Well, I can guarantee you the Sharks need all the help they can get tonight, because they do not want to come back here tomorrow night down 0-3 to the Devils and potentially watching the Stanley Cup be presented. But we'll see what the cards and dice have to say about that. Face-offs to start the second period are +1 to San Jose. That is an 8. That will go to the superior right wing, so that'll go over to Heatley. And here comes the second period of Game 3. Passing E for Heatley. That'll be an outside shot for Thornton. Thornton will try to make a pass. Passing K will be an inside shot for Marlowe. Uh-oh. Marlowe in the slot. 5 is a save made by Brodeur. That'll go over to Salvador. Salvador for New Jersey. Inside shot for anybody. They'll give that to Parise. Heatley will try to intimidate. Heatley will just barely intimidate, but he'll take the puck away. Heatley for San Jose. Opponent defense 4. Parise will take the puck away for an inside shot. Boyle will try to intimidate. Boyle will fail to intimidate. We've got a delayed call on the play, but we'll check the inside shot on Parise first. That's a 6. Goalie rating on Nabokov. 3, 7, and 11 are bad numbers. That's a 10. Save made by Nabokov. That'll go over to Heatley, and we've got to check the penalty on. We got to check the penalty on Murray. 1 to 15, no penalty. That's a 16. So the Devils will go on the power play. Boyle going off for tripping. Power play is a 20, which fortunately for San Jose will be a no shots power play. We'll bring that face-off just outside the San Jose zone. Face-offs are +1 to San Jose. That's an 18, though. That'll go over to Green, and we are off once again here in the second. Passing D will be an inside shot for Zajac. Thornton will try to intimidate. Thornton will take the puck away. Thornton with it for San Jose. Lose the puck, possible breakaway. Uh-oh. Breakaway is the right D if the breakaway penetration rating 2 or more. Green is a 2. He's in alone on Nabokov. That's a 6. That would be a goalie rating if the Devils were on the power play, but Nabokov will freeze it. He'll hold on. We'll get a face-off to the left of Nabokov. Arena groans. Ugh. +1 to San Jose on the face-off once again. That is a 12. That'll go over to Boyle, and we're off and running once again. Passing D. That'll be an inside shot for Thornton. Zajac will try to intimidate. Zajac will fail to intimidate. He'll fail to take the puck away. Delayed call on Zajac. We'll check the inside shot on Thornton first. That's a 10. Save made. That'll go to Salvador. We'll check the delayed call on Zajac. 1 to 15, no penalty. That's an 11. Salvador's got it. We'll play on. Opponent defense 10. Boyle. Boyle will, however, go off the ice. He'll go off for elbowing. 2, 3. We'll have a forwards line change, and then we'll see what kind of power play the Devils are going to get up to. And this is probably the most dangerous line that could be coming out right now for New Jersey. The Zubris line. Zubris flanked by Kovalchuk and Elias. Power play of a 15. If 3 or more 4-rated defensive players, which we do have. So that'll be an uh-oh. The one shot could make it, could really count though. That's an inside shot for Kovalchuk. That's a 12. Save made by Nabokov. He will hold on. We'll take that face off to the right of Nabokov. Arena groans. Ugh. Nabokov needs to be every bit of the goalie that can go head-to-head with Brodeur in this one. Face-offs, once again, +2 to San Jose. That is a 1. That'll go over to Murray for a big defensive zone win, and we are off and running once again. Opponent defense 5. Green will step in, hold that into the point for an outside shot. He will try to make a pass. Passing J. Uh-oh. That's over to Kovalchuk for an inside shot. Kovalchuk down low in the slot. That's a 7. Goalie rating on Nabokov. 3, 7, and 11 are bad numbers. That's a 10. Save made by Nabokov. That'll go to Setaguchi. Arena groans. Ugh. Opponent defense 10. Kovalchuk going off for a penalty of his own. He'll go off for tripping into a defenseman line change. And San Jose now with a chance on the power play. We'll flip over our 3 cards. 2 and 3. Power play of a 1 if the left defenseman is a 2 or more, and he is. That'll start off being an outside shot for Pavelski, as that'll get worked back to the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offense, any player with an offense rating 4. Setaguchi is a 4. He's got a rebound shot. 8 is another rebound. Defensive right wing, if defense rating 2 or more. Elias is a 3. He'll shut that down. Then we'll have an outside... Now we've got an outside shot for Setaguchi. That's right, he had a rebound earlier. 11. On a 1 to 4, because the Sharks are on the power play, this is a goal. And no, Brodeur making a big-time save, keeping this at goose eggs. Outside shot, they'll give that to Blake on an outside shot. Blake from the point. That's a 5. Save made by Brodeur. And finally, that'll be an inside shot for Klo. Klo working that down into the slot. That's a 7. Save made by Brodeur. He will hold on. We'll take that face-off to the right of Brodeur. Arena cheers. Yay! +2 to San Jose on face-offs. That's a 17. That'll go over to White. And we are off and running once again with a big win for New Jersey off the penalty kill. Opponent defense 6. That'll be an outside shot for Zubris. Zubris will try to make a pass. Uh-oh, Kovalchuk with an inside shot. That's a 5. Save made by Nabokov over to Pavelski. Pavelski for San Jose. Opponent defense 3. Zubris will take the puck away for an outside shot. Zubris will try to make a pass. He'll lose the puck over to Klo, and we'll have a forwards line change. These two teams going to war tonight in Game 3. Malhotra with it for San Jose. Inside shot for anybody. He will give that to Blake. White will try to intimidate. White will take the puck away. White with it for New Jersey. He'll lose that right back to Blake. Blake. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Rolston. Rolston at the point, holding that in. That's an 11. Save made by Nabokov over to Blake. Blake. Possible breakaway. Uh-oh. Left wing if the breakaway penetration rating is 4. Malhotra is a 3. Clarkson will have that for New Jersey. Opponent defense 7. Malhotra stepping in to hold that in at the point, though. He'll have an outside shot. That's a 9. Save made by Brodeur over to Rolston. Rolston passing D. That'll be an outside shot, I should say, for Clarkson. Clarkson will try to penetrate. Clarkson will not get past Vlasic. Vlasic steals that puck for San Jose. Opponent defense 1. Mateau will take the puck away for an inside shot. Blake will try to intimidate. Blake will take the puck away. Blake with it for San Jose. Opponent defense 9. White holding that in at the point for an outside shot. That's a 9. He'll lose that right back to Blake. Blake for San Jose. Opponent defense 6. White will take the puck away for an outside shot. He will try to make a pass. Inside shot for Rolston. Rolston in the slot. That's an 11. That would be a goal chance if the Sharks were on the power, if the Devils were on the power play. Nabokov will hold on. We'll take that to the right of Nabokov. Last face-off of the second. That is a 2. That'll go over to Blake, and we are off once again to end the period. Opponent defense 9. White will take the puck away for an outside shot only. White, time ticking down here in the second. He will lose that over to Ortmeyer. Brrr! There's the horn to end the second period of this game. And once again, teams trading goose eggs on the board, getting some good chances, but nobody can put it home. And we are all set, and we're going to start getting ready for the third period of this game. Game 4 will be right back here at the Prudential Center tomorrow night. The only question is, will the cup be in the building? That may very well depend on who scores here in the third period. Because the way this one's going, this could easily be a game that ends 1-0. The Sharks can't afford it to be the Devils who score first. But yes, indeed, we will be back here at the Prudential Center tomorrow night. I may need to go check on laundry before we start in the third period. This will be the last Thursday I stream on the channel until we get to Advent of the Phoenix. Just because Thursday is usually a night that I like to drop off. I use Thursday night during projects like this, but given the potential interruption with laundry, I just find it easier to not have Thursday be a stream night for that reason. It's not terrible about taking me out of rhythm, but I just like to have a nice clean. Are the cards sleeved or laminated? Believe it or not, Dave, they're actually sleeved. So what I was able to do is for the smaller cards, like the forward and defenseman line change, those actually fit in mini American sleeves with no problems. Those are actually the same size as what you'd get for the beginner cards. But with the split deck, as they come with the game, they're actually a little bit too big for tarot sleeves, but they're actually a little bit too big for sleeves. So what I discovered, actually it was after one of the games it was actually after a test game of Strat, where I was trying to shuffle these cards more traditionally, but I finally got sick of it. So I was like, you know what? I want to try to sleeve these. So that's when I discovered that they were a little too big for tarot sleeves. But what I was able to do is I just took a couple of millimeters off one of the long sides of it. I didn't need to take much off of it, but once I took a little bit off, they actually fit in tarot sleeves as easily as you please. So very relieved that I was able to get these to fit in sleeves, because now they are a whole lot easier to shuffle. You'll check the final out later. Almost time for work. Well, have fun at work tonight, Philip. Thanks for stopping by for the first 2 periods of the game anyway. You're probably picking a good time to leave, as we're still at goose eggs as we get set for the 3rd period of this one. You'll be sleeping yours. You probably mean sleeving yours, Dave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I thought so. Alright, gonna grab a quick drink, check on the timer on my phone, and then I will likely be right back as I go check laundry. Well, what I thought. So, pretend that we've got the Lady Devils on the ice or something entertaining you to get ready for the 3rd period, and I will be right back. Before we start the 3rd period, let me give you guys, who might be new to the channel, a little bit more channel information. So once the replay is over, I will be taking a 2-week semi-break. Now, what do I mean by a semi-break? Once the replay is over, I'm going to take 2 weeks off, except for scheduled videos. So what I consider scheduled videos are Sunday morning, Wednesday, and Saturday Mystical Munchies. So you're still going to see all the regularly scheduled content. After that 2-week break, I'm going to add in Sunday afternoon, Monday night, Friday night, and Saturday afternoon/night videos as well. So there will be more games coming in the off season, but I like to take a little small 2-week break just to give myself some time to decompress. And then we'll come back with the feature game selection show for the next replay coming up, and I will be announcing the next replay. What the next replay will be starting in January during Pinot with Phoenix at the end of the month as well. So come by and join me for Pinot with Phoenix on Tuesday next week if you want to know what the next replay is going to be. I know what it's going to be, and I'm starting to prepare everything for it, but you guys will find out on Tuesday during Pinot with Phoenix. Anywho, coming back to the game here. Third period, all set to start. Face-offs are +1 to San Jose. That is a 3. That'll be a superior left wing win. Marlowe with it for San Jose. I'm going to bring this in just a little bit so I can read the cards and maybe reach them a little bit more easily. There we are. Third period, all set to start, so let's take it away. Opponent defense 7. Langenbrunner will take that away, zip down the ice for an outside shot. That's a 9. Save made by Nabokov over to Heatley. Heatley for San Jose. Opponent defense 8. Parise will take the puck away for an outside shot only. Parise will throw that at the net from the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offense, any player with an offense rating 3 or more. Zajak's a 4. He's going to follow that rebound to the net. That's a 10. Save made by Nabokov over to Thornton. San Jose looking to get out of the zone. Opponent defense 9. Zajac will hold that in at the point for an outside shot. Zajac with an 8. That's another rebound. That's going to get down deep. Defensive center, defense rating 2 or more. Thornton's a 3. He'll shut that down. Nabokov trying to help the Sharks get out of the zone. Opponent defense 5 won't help. Zajac will hold that in at the point for an outside shot. He's going to try to make a pass, though. Passing L will be an inside shot for anybody. Uh-oh. He's going to give that to Parise. Parise down in the slot. That's a 9. Save made by Nabokov up to Marlowe. Marlowe for San Jose. Opponent defense 10. Langenbrunner with an elbowing penalty. 3 cards. Power play is a 10. If the right wing is a 2 or more, he is. That'll be an outside shot for Marlowe. Marlowe at the point. That's an 11. That'll be a save. Then an outside shot for Thornton. Thornton, as that gets worked back to the point. 4 is another save. Then an outside shot for Heatley as that gets worked back again. That's a 6. That's a goalie rating on Brodeur. That's a 4. That'll be a face-off. And finally, that'll be an inside shot for Heatley. Good thing he's got it already. Heatley in the slot. 7 is a goalie rating on Brodeur. That's an 8. On a 1-17, the Sharks take the lead and score! Danny Heatley getting the Sharks on the board on the power play as the Sharks take a 1-0 lead here early in the third. Arena groans. Ugh. Getting a couple assists out of that if we can. That'll be from Thornton. And Marlowe. And the Sharks get a 1-0 lead here. Bear with me just a second. I'm going to clean my glasses off real quick. And Philip says, about time. It's about time anybody got on the board. I'm sure you're just glad it's San Jose. We'll see how long that 1-0 lead lasts, though. Dave says that was the survival goal for the Sharks. Well, we'll find out if that was or not soon enough. But there's a lot of hockey left to be played here in the third period. We've still got the Zubris line coming out for New Jersey. Face-offs remain +1 to San Jose, though. That is a 12. That'll go to Boyle, and we're off once again. He will lose the puck. Outside shot only for Langenbrunner. Langenbrunner from the point. That's a 12. That would be a goalie rating if the Devils were on the power play. Nabokov will freeze it. We'll take that to the left of Nabokov. Let's get our next face-off here. That's a 7. That'll go up to Marlowe, and we're off and running once again. Passing F. That'll be an outside shot for Thornton. Thornton will try to make a pass. That'll be an inside shot for Marlowe. Uh-oh, Marlowe in the slot with it. That's a 3. On a 1-18, the Sharks take the lead. Score! Patrick Marlowe getting the Sharks a 2-0 lead here. Arena barfs. Blah! Get some assists out of that. That will be from... I was about to say Heatley, but no. That'll be from Thornton. And... just the 1 assist only, so that'll be from Thornton. We'll have a forwards line change, though, as Sharks fans and Philip Reynolds have got to be feeling mighty good that San Jose now has a 2-0 lead. We'll see how long it lasts, though, with the Zubris line coming out. This is the line that's done the most damage for New Jersey this entire series. Face-offs are +2 to San Jose. That is a 20, though. That'll go to Elias, and we're off once again as New Jersey seems to be cracking under home ice pressure. Passing F. That'll be an outside shot for Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk will throw that at the net from the outside. That's a 7. Save made by Nabokov over to Pavelski. Pavelski passing D. That'll be an inside shot for Setaguchi. Kovalchuk will try to intimidate. Kovalchuk will take the puck away. Kovalchuk with it for New Jersey. Opponent defense 2. Setaguchi will take the puck away for an outside shot. He will try to penetrate. That's a 2. Setaguchi gets inside. He'll have an inside shot. He's in the slot with it. 4. Would be a goal check if the Sharks were on the power play, but Brodeur will hold on. We'll take that face-off to the right of Brodeur, and the Devils are going to go to 3 offense. Face-offs are +2 to San Jose. Devils fans do not like what they see here in the slightest. That is a 20. That'll go up to Elias, and the Devils need to put it together here. That'll be opponent defense 7. Klo will take the puck away for an outside shot only. Klo will throw that at the net. That's a 7. Save made by Brodeur over to Green. Green for New Jersey. Opponent defense 8. Murray stepping in to hold that in at the point. Devils trying to get out of their own zone. They can't catch a break. That'll go over to Elias. We'll have a defenseman line change. Elias with it now for the Devils. Opponent defense 3. That'll be an inside shot for Zubris. Vlasic will try to intimidate. Vlasic will fail to intimidate. He won't take the puck away. Delayed call on Vlasic. Zubris with the inside shot first. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offensive lefty, if offense rating 2 or more. White's a 1. Blake's got it. We'll check the penalty on Vlasic. 1-15, no penalty. That's an 8. Blake's got it. We'll play on. Passing E. That'll be an outside shot for Pavelski. Pavelski will try to make a pass. Inside shot for Setaguchi. Uh-oh. Setaguchi. Snake Eyes will lose that over to Mateau. Mateau for New Jersey. Opponent defense 2. Vlasic will take the puck away for an inside shot. White will try to intimidate. White will take the puck away. White with it for New Jersey. Lose it over to Blake. Blake for San Jose. Opponent defense 9. White will take the puck away. Outside shot only. White throwing that at the net from the point. That's a 9. He'll lose that back to Blake. We'll have a forwards line change. Forwards line change, Phoenix, not defenseman. I was changing the wrong guys out. Blake with it for San Jose as we're 10 cards away from a new series. Opponent defense 4. White will take the puck away for an inside shot. Vlasic will try to intimidate. Vlasic will take the puck away. Vlasic for San Jose. Opponent defense 6. Mateau will take the puck away for an outside shot. Mateau will try to make a pass. He'll lose the puck over to Nickel. Nickel with it for San Jose. Lose the puck, outside shot only for White. White throwing that at the net from the point. That's a 6. Save made by Nabokov over to Nickel. Nickel, inside shot for anybody. He'll give that to Blake. White will try to intimidate. White will intimidate, take the puck away, but a possible penalty on White. That's a 13. White's got it. We'll play on. White, opponent defense 1. Blake will take the puck away for an inside shot. Rolston will try to intimidate. Rolston will intimidate, take the puck away, but a possible penalty on Rolston. That's a 4. Rolston's got it, will play on. Opponent defense 1. Ortmeyer will take the puck away for an outside shot. Ortmeyer will try to make a pass. He will lose the puck over to Clarkson. Clarkson with it for New Jersey. Inside shot for anybody. They will give that to Rolston. Ortmeyer will try to intimidate. Ortmeyer will intimidate, take the puck away, but a possible penalty on Ortmeyer. That's a 6. No penalty on Ortmeyer, will play on. Lose the puck, possible breakaway. Uh-oh. Center, if the breakaway penetration rating 3 or more. Niedermeyer is a 2. Nickel will have that for San Jose. Nickel will lose that over to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer, passing C. That he'll lose the puck, inside shot for the right wing, for Ortmeyer. White will try to intimidate. White will intimidate, take the puck away. There's the horn to end the game, and man alive, did San Jose need that one. The Sharks take this one 2-0 in Game 3, and all of a sudden, we've got a new series as the Devils lead this game 2-1. Arena groans. Ugh. Philip Reynolds and Sharks fans sigh. Phew. But there's still a lot of hockey to go. At the very least, we are guaranteed a return trip to San Jose for Game 5. The question, if we're guaranteed more than that, we'll have to answer that tomorrow night, as we'll be right back here at the Prudential Center for Game 4 of this series, as the Devils now have a 2-1 lead. As for what else is coming up on the channel, because we've got a lot of great stuff coming up on the channel, Saturday, Mystical Munchies will conclude out of the official Elder Scrolls cookbook as we make the dessert, Apple Cobbler. Sunday morning, we'll continue the fall campaign in B-17 Flying Fortress Leader by DVG. Wednesday next week, we're playing America Bomber, Evil Queen of the Skies by Compass Games, but before that on Tuesday, we will have Pinot with Phoenix for September 2025. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone. Evgeny Nabokov comes up huge for the Sharks in this one as they blank the Devils in Game 3 at the Prudential Center 2-0 and cut the Devils' series lead to 2-1. Once again, take care, and I will see you guys right back here at the Prudential Center tomorrow night.